Lakshmi, start.
Yeah, okay. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Gate Talk conducted by ECA and ITW. I'm Lakshmi Pragna, your host for this evening. Graduate Aptitude Test in Engineering is an yearly examination that tests the comprehension of various subjects in engineering and science for admission into the master's degree in institutes as well as jobs in public sector companies. It is safe to say that GATE is the biggest examination for an engineer post graduation with nearly 8 lakh students attending annually. So it is well known and accepted that it isn't an easy exam to crack without continuous efforts and guidance, especially considering the competition, which is why we made the effort to have this webinar. We are pleased and honored to have Mr. Rajat Soni, All India Rank 1 in GATE 2019 and IES 2019. Mr. Soni hails from Jabalpur, Madhya Pradesh, and he completed his schooling there. As for his graduation, many of you must be aware that he is an alumnus of our very own institute, NIT Warangal, batch of 2018. Here are some of his great achievements. He received the Institute Merit Scholarship 2 years in a row in 2015 and in 16. He was the GenSec of EA and Ham Club 2017 to 18 and was also once a member of LDC. He interned at Samsung Semiconductors in 2017. He is currently working in ONGC, that is Oil and Natural Gas Corporation Limited, and he recently got an offer of appointment from the Honorable President of India and has been assigned to work at the Indian Railway Source Service, IRSS, under the Ministry of Railways. So many achievements, a matter of great pride for us NIT Warangal students, sir. Thank you so much for agreeing to mentor us. I'm sure you had to take
Thank
a
you.
lot of
Thank
time
you.
out of your busy schedule to help us out. And I'm certain that everyone attending this event will get to learn a lot from your work and your words. So, would you like to address the audience?
Thank you so much for having me here, and it's my pleasure to be connected to my alumni, that is NIT Warangal. And yes, it has been a great journey for me, and the phase of my life, those 4 years of my life in NITW, they hold a special place in my heart. So yes, interacting with you guys is really special for me, and thank you for having me.
Thank you so much, sir. Sir, I just wanted to ask you, how was that moment when you realized that you got All India Rank 1? I just wanted to know that one moment when you realized.
So in March, it was either March 15 or 16, I don't remember it in distinctly. So I was still preparing for mains exam, and
Okay.
it was during the class hours that I got the news that results are out. But the site was, I think it was pretty much loaded, and the server was down. So I couldn't check my result at that moment. But in the evening, when I came back to my place and I checked, I saw those digits 100. So I thought my rank was 100 maybe. But then I scrolled down and it was actually 1,000 and it was a gate score.
Wow.
So I realized that it's 1,000 gate score, a perfect gate score. So that moment
Wow,
is really special for me. Yeah.
wow, that's amazing. Uh, sir, so awesome, sir. Even in IES, you got rank 1. That's why in both of these exams, scoring 1 is not an easy feat. So kudos to you, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah. Now, I shall begin by asking you the questions that most of us attending this webinar have. We actually released a form also to ask what kind of questions that people have. So I would like to start with the first question.
Yeah, sure.
So, when did you start your preparation and when do you think is best for us to begin? Because as an NITW student, you know how our curriculum work, how minors work, mids work. So, when is the best time to begin studying?
So I started my preparation for 2018 gate in my third year, second semester.
Okay, sir.
I guess it was August or September, somewhere around that. So I started with my basic textbooks, those college textbooks, and I made myself prepared notes. And along with that, for practice, used to solve previous year questions. Uh, Ideally, speaking, someone preparing for GATE should start by second year, but that will be a very idealistic situation, right? Because you just
Yeah,
enter college, you have
yeah,
spent there 1 year, you realize the atmosphere. So
Yeah.
idealistic way would be second year, but then if we talk practically, then third year would be the best time to start studying.
Okay.
You just go through your subjects that are being taught in second year, and then along with third year, you prepare the subjects that are being going on in class. So perfect idealistic time would be second year, but then still, practically speaking, you can start in 3-1 and still manage to get a very good score in GATE examination.
Yes, sir. Actually, today we have a lot of second years attending also. Probably it'll help them to know from now, unlike us in third year. Uh, so you know how stressful our exams are, and our exams are they're actually difficult, and getting a high CGPA is hard, first of all. So how did you manage to have a good CGPA alongside preparing for GATE so well? Everyone attending would want to know this. So CGPA is very important to some people. That's why, actually, like top priority for some people. That's why.
Right, right. So thing is, hello,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please continue.
am I audible?
Yes, sir. You're audible to me.
Okay, yeah. So CGPA is something that really matters at the end of 4 year, and for most importantly, it is the first year that you can boost your CGPA to a very high level, like 9.5, 9.6. In the first,
Yeah.
someone who is fresher, I would definitely suggest him or her to boost your CGPA in the first year. But since you guys are in second year, third year, the best thing would be right now is to focus that you focus on the subjects that have been taught in class and study them from a competitive point, for a competitive exam point of view, right?
Yeah.
If you solve previous year questions, you understand the level of questions that are asked in the exam, then you automatically prepare for your minor and mid and end sems, whatever they are.
Yes, sir.
So if you have the understanding of subject and you just don't do that one night study, right? It's very common in colleges, but if you avoid that and you prepare for exam for like 1 week before the exams, then I'm sure that you will be able to score a very good CGPA.
Yes, sir. So this is a question. How do we divide our time? Because if you think about it, like busy, they say that even the busiest man finds time, but students tend to say that they don't have time at all. We don't know how to divide our time, how to prioritize, and how to make a schedule that actually works. Because I bet many of us actually made timetables and actually never followed them. So how would you suggest we make a timetable so we actually follow it? And can you give us a sample?
Right. So timetable is something that we do make, but we do not follow every time. So
Yeah.
to make a timetable, you have to give flexibility to yourself. You just cannot make that 8 to 10 I have to study and then again 12 to 2. Make it a practical timetable, and instead of making instead of just keep updating the timetable, you try to stick to that timetable, right? So what I did during my exam was during my college, I used to attend my college from 9 to 5, and then I try to take out 3 to 4 hours in during the weekdays, and during the weekend I try to study for 6 to 8 hours. Okay,
Wow.
so don't push yourself too hard, like you have to study 5 6 hours during the classes, because it's not possible, it's not practically possible. You
Yeah.
have to be very social also in that time. So
Yeah.
uh, don't be very rigid on yourself. Be flexible while making timetable. The
Yeah.
best thing would be, take 3 hours per day during weekdays.
Weekdays.
So like you can revise for like 1 hour in the morning. Let's say
Yes.
8 to 9 in the morning. Just revise your previous subjects, and after coming from college, like 3 hours, you can do a new subject. So that would be the best thing. You can remain in touch as well. You can enjoy your college life. Even during the class hours, just don't even think about
Yeah.
studying for the competitive exams or things. Just enjoy life. But at the same time, take out 3 to 4 hours per day, and then during weekends, 8 to 9 hours is it should be sufficient, right? You can
Okay.
say three
Yeah.
hours you will give a test, and during the rest of the period, you can study for your exam. So make a timetable that is not very rigid, and that will be, it will be beneficial for all.
Yes, sir. Yes. So, which social media pages can we follow for GATE information on Facebook or something? And also, how do we not lose concentration on studies? Because social media is the biggest distraction for most of us. So, how would you say we like follow some pages, but like not get distracted?
Social media. I think that social media should not be. I was actually not very supportive of social media during my
Okay.
preparation.
Yes, sir.
So social media is something that I would not recommend. But still, if someone wants to use social media, then best thing would be there are some pages on Facebook. Like if I remember, one is Gate Aspirant. So
Okay.
like
Gate
there
aspirant.
people have some healthy discussion. There is also some there are some useless discussions as well. But
Yeah.
still, if you want to use while studying, if you get bored, just open your Facebook, open Gate Aspirant group, and
Yes, sir.
the people post some questions. Just solve them. For example, you are studying for electromagnetic wave, and you
Okay.
got bored with that. So you open the Gate Aspirant group, and you find some network question, you solve that, you gain some confidence, and then you will start preparing. Go back to EMT. So
Yes, sir.
that's the basic point. Just for a change, you can obviously
Okay.
use
Okay.
such
As a
healthy
relief. Okay,
groups.
fine.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. So, as I'm asking this from an ECE point of view, which subject should we focus on the most, and to which subjects can we give lesser priority? Because some are most important, and some are, you can ignore them for a while until you have to deal with them. So, which are most scoring, and which don't come too much in the exam? So, can you give a brief idea?
Uh, See, it would be a surprise for you all, but you still know. But still, I will say that mathematics is something that carries the maximum weightage. It has 15% weightage,
Okay.
right?
Okay, sir.
And none of the electronics core subjects, they carry such
Yeah.
a huge weightage.
Okay.
Mathematics has 15 marks weightage, and if the questions asked are not of very high difficulty, they are of moderate difficulty, or sometimes easy
Okay.
questions are also asked. So maximum
Yes, sir.
weightage, not actually maximum weightage, but still you should be touch with maths.
Okay,
So
sir.
try to do 1 hour maths daily at least. And later on, if you ask me about the core subjects, I think EDC, electronic devices and circuits,
Okay.
it is having a very high weightage. Up almost 9 to 10 marks are being asked every year.
Wow. Okay.
Apart from that, I think signal system and networks, they are very scoring,
Okay, sir.
and they also have a very nice weightage. Communication is a little bit difficult, the later part, random variables and all, but if you ask me top three subjects, then definitely EDC, signals, and
Okay, sir.
this
Communication.
network will be on the list. Yeah,
Oh, okay, fine. Network
yeah,
analysis. Okay, fine.
networks. Yeah.
Yes, sir. So maths, when you say maths, it's like M1, M2, and can we do the same thing as from M1 and M2, basically, like from
Yes,
first year?
M1, M2, and right, M1, M2, and CVSF, that is the
CVSF.
important.
Yeah, yeah. M3 basically
Yeah,
for the rest of the branches.
M3,
Yes, sir.
right.
Yes, sir.
So
So
they are part
which?
of the gate syllabus.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. So, and the textbooks for each of these subjects, you use the one prescribed by the college itself, like for signals
For
and systems.
maximum, for maximum, I use the ones which are being used in college.
Okay,
For
sir.
some of them, like digital, I guess I use Morris Mann. I'm not sure whether it
Morris
is being
Minor.
used in college.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is. It is.
So
We are
more or
still
less
using them.
both are, more or less all the standard books are being used in the college. So
Okay, sir.
not an issue for us. Yeah.
Okay, sir. So, any external material you would you suggest us to go online and actually look for more stuff, or is this actually enough doing from these textbooks?
No, actually, textbooks are, if you use textbook, then your basics will be really strong, right? If you hunt
Correct.
for a lot of material that is there in market, then
Yeah.
definitely that will be a problem for you. But see, if
Yeah.
someone is preparing from right from the college days, then definitely textbooks are good. But if you are taking a drop and then you're preparing, then I would suggest to save some time. Class notes would be better option.
Okay,
Sorry,
sir.
classroom programs of coaching
Classroom.
institutes, they
Yes.
provide, yeah, they provide some notes, and that would be a better option because that will be time saving. But someone who's preparing from college has time to study, and the courses are a part of the curriculum, so for them I would definitely stress on the textbooks.
Okay, sir. Textbooks. Okay.
Yeah.
Sir, how would you tell us how to make notes? Like note making is something that some people might know and some people won't. So as we read, we don't know how to make notes like perfectly and something that we can actually refer to later. So what is the most effective way to make notes for each subject? Did you maintain one single book for all subjects so that you can refer to them easily, or did you make them separated first? How is the way you did it?
No, for for different subjects, I maintain different notebooks.
Okay, sir.
So how do you make notes is for uh, not very short notes. I would say the regular notes you make by highlighting the important points in the textbook and writing those points, those conceptual points, or those key formulas in your in the separate page, right, in a separate A4 size space. So what you highlight in textbooks, they will be copied to your short notes, and
Okay,
short
sir.
notes will be maximum 5 to 6 page A4 size pages. So your short note should not be very short that you miss out on some point, and they should
Yes, sir.
not also be very long that you almost
You can't find
copy
the
the
point.
entire textbook. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
exactly. So
Yes, sir.
that is the
Yes.
point. So for that, mainly you should write all the important concepts,
Okay,
formulas,
sir.
and such points which are being asked as a 1 mark question in GATE. Definitions, for example, or something that is, you can refer to previous year preliminary engineering services examinations. They ask factual questions, theoretical factual questions for 1 mark. So they are also very
Okay.
important and they can be used in the GATE examination as well. So
Okay, sir.
you can include them in your short notes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Got it. So, as the exam draws closer, like the way you prepare 6 months before an exam, 4 months before an exam, and 2 months before an exam is very different. How did you change your strategy over time, and what was your final 2 month strategy? If you could elaborate on that.
Yes, I think the last 2 months are really crucial while you prepare for examination because you have to consolidate everything that you have read from
Exactly.
last 1 year, and you have to present that to yourself so that you
Yeah.
can remember everything in the examination. Otherwise, what you have
Yes, sir.
studied in last 1 year, that if you do not remember, that's of no use. So
Yes,
in the
sir.
last 2 months, what I suggest is first of all, do repeated revision of the short notes that you have prepared. And how to prepare short
Okay.
notes, I just told you, right? So
Yes, sir.
all
Yes,
those
sir.
short notes, you revise them in the last 2 months, like daily. In the morning, 1 hour, take 1 hour. So in 7, 8 days, you'll complete the entire syllabus once, right? There are 8 subjects
Wow.
for
Okay.
electronics.
Yeah.
So if you do that repeated revision in the last 2 months, at least 7, 8 times, you will be able to revise. And apart from that, you uh, you should have marked some previous year questions. Like for while you're preparing the subject for the first time, and you solve the previous year questions. So important thing is that you mark those questions which you are not able to solve, or those
Yes, sir.
questions which you find that yes, this question has some different kind of concept, right? Or this one I may do a mistake in the examination. So you mark those questions, and that questions, if you practice in the last 2 months, they will be fresh in your memory. And if some
Yeah.
similar question comes in the examination, you'll be able to recall that I did a mistake while solving this question, this type of question. So, and I won't do a mistake this time. So
Yeah.
second thing is previous year question. First one was revision, and third is online test series. When you give a test series, you should give it an examination point of view, that full pressure mode, right? You should be, your mind should be trained to take that pressure during those 3 hours in the actual examination.
Yes,
So
sir.
online test series you should give in that mode, and analysis of that test series after you complete the test series, that is also very important. So these three things you should do during the last 2 months so that
Okay,
your
sir.
preparation is 100% there for the examination.
Yeah, so we do mock tests, and when we make a mistake or something, we analyze each question, write it down, and towards the exam, we have to see those questions once again and solve it again and again so we can revise them and remember them
Exactly.
before the exam. And so,
Right.
I saw one of your interviews, and you said virtual calculator. You spoke about a virtual calculator. Many of us will not be aware of that. Can you speak about that too? Like, how do we use a virtual
See,
calculator in GATE? Yes, sir.
in GATE exam, you do not have that facility to take your scientific calculator or irregular
Okay, sir.
calculators. You have to do the calculation using the virtual calculator that is provided there on the screen. And
Okay.
in that calculator, one thing is that you cannot feed the inputs using your keyboard. You have to feed
Yeah.
every input using the mouse, and
Mouse.
that makes the process really slow. And sometimes we tend to make some errors. Why? Because we might have clicked, but the computer has not taken that input. Right. So we have to be familiar with that. It's not like you go in the examination and you try the virtual calculator for the first time. That is not really advised. You should be familiar with the calculator from your preparation days, right? So every
Yeah.
time when you do prepare, every time that you while preparing, you use that virtual calculator
Okay,
for
sir.
solving questions. So you download that web application. It's available on the web. You download that application and
Okay.
you use that application to solve the
Problems.
questions that you do right day to day. So that will help you to get familiar with that calculator, because it
Yes.
you cannot remember it. You cannot input the numbers using the keyboard. You have to use the mouse
Keyboard. Yeah.
only. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So
So
you have to
you
be familiar with
spoke.
that.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. So mock test series, you already told us to attempt it very seriously as if it's the real exam. So where do we find these questions? Where do we find, like, what are the best sites we can go for, and what can we do after them? Like, what about it? So mock test.
Right. So mock test, there are few institutes
Yes, sir.
like Made Easy, Ace Academy, Gate Academy.
Okay, sir.
They provide these mock test or full length test,
Yes, sir.
and
Okay.
there is also one website that is Creatrix. So
Okay.
they conducted open test. I think 5 or 6 open tests during my time. So you can find mock test there also, and that will help
Okay, sir.
because you get to see your all India rank. So
Okay, sir.
all India rank just before your examination. So
So did
that
you
thing
ever
is
get one All India rank one when you did that?
no,
Back
no,
when
I
you were
never got
practicing.
one. I got two, but I never got one.
Oh, okay. Okay, sir.
Yeah.
So you actually expected getting one. So like you were close
Uh,
to one, basically.
I was close to one, but I never expected one. I expected under 10, under 20, but never one.
Yes, sir.
So,
Yes,
yeah,
sir. Okay, sir. Yes, sir. So made easy, Gate Academy, and so what was the site you
Ace
just said?
Academy.
Creatrix. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm sorry, there was some network issue. Yeah. So, where were we?
So you're talking about the mock test series sites.
Yeah, so there is Made Easy, Ace Academy, and Gate Academy. Along with that, there is a Critrix. There's a website known as Critrix. So they provide online open test for all, so that helps you to get your all India rank just before the examination.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Hmm.
So COVID-19 has wildly thrown everyone off course when it comes to examination prep, and everything is now digitized, and situation is completely different from what it was 1 year ago. So you went for classroom sessions, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, and but we can't go for classroom sessions anytime soon. So in such dire circumstances, what would you suggest? What should we do? Like, because we won't have that same interaction you did with teachers.
Yes, that's true. In current situation, it's very difficult for offline coaching or offline learning methods to continue. And I think
Yes.
at least for 1 year, I think there's no chance that offline classes will continue. So we
Yeah.
have to adapt to that online methodology of teaching, of learning. So I think what you can do is, you have to adapt yourself to that. I think the coaching institutes have started this online method, right? They have introduced their online courses. So I think what you guys can do is, yeah, you should adapt to this and try to learn as much as possible from those videos that they provide, and from yourself, by yourself, you can read the textbooks that are there, or you can read the material that is there. So using that, I think the whole holistic approach of learning that will be covered. That's for sure. Because I know that this online method can never replace the offline method. But
Yeah.
since we have this issue, so I guess you have to cope with that. So for at least 1 year, we have to adapt to this method of learning.
Yes. So you attempted GATE twice, like you said, once in 2018 and once in 2019. How did you manage to push up your rank in the second time? And what changes did you make in your style of prep? Did you change your timetable, the way you studied, anything to push your rank up?
In 2018, what I did was I prepared just 5 subjects properly, and the rest three I was not very comfortable with that. So one thing was my lack of preparation in 2018.
Yeah.
Second thing was that I did not, cover entire previous year questions, all 10 year of previous year question. I didn't do that in 2018, and I also did not attempt a lot of online mock test series. I think if I remember, I did three or four. I attempted three or four full length tests. So these three mistakes were there, which I did in 2018 attempt. So I tried to, not repeat the same. So first of all, I completed the entire syllabus before my examination, and I, covered all the 20 years past, 15, 20 years previous year questions.
Okay, sir.
And after that, I attempted in the last month, I attempted almost 25 to 30 full length tests. So
Okay.
all these things they helped me to boost my rank from 855 to 1. So if this was a complete this change was basically because I took steps to rectify my mistakes which I did in 2018. So yes,
Yes, sir.
if you complete the entire syllabus and practice, then this thing is possible.
Yes, sir. So did you do one test per day or something like that to cover so many tests in a month, like the mock tests?
Yes, almost
Okay.
one test per day. Uh,
Wow. Okay, sir.
25 to 30 days I had after my engineering services prelims examination. So in that I covered 30 mock tests. So yes, almost one test per day.
One per day. Okay.
Yeah.
So you stayed motivated and you did not lose hope after the first attempt. Many people, after writing an exam, and if they don't do well in it, they give up. They're like, no, I don't want to do it anymore. They'll trouble their parents, something like that. I have done these things before. I bet many people did that. So, how did you not lose motivation and avoiding depression? These days, everyone's really, low in their, feelings. So, what would you suggest for this? Sorry. Yeah.
Yes, I can understand. Actually, it happens to everyone. It happened to me
Yeah.
also. So for see, actually, the motivation that you get from external sources that lasts for only few days, like maximum a
Yeah.
week, not more than that. So if you get motivated from some external sources, believe me, it's really temporary. What comes from inside, the motivation that is from inside, that takes you forward. So best thing would be that you are self motivated. For that you can have a very disciplined lifestyle. You get up early in the morning, you start studying, right? And you get that confidence. Once you get that confidence, you have a very good routine. You are disciplined life. So once you get that confidence, you are self motivated. You feel that self motivation from within, and once that self motivation that comes to you, then believe me, no one can stop you. So self motivation is the key. You just cannot
Yeah.
rely on external sources. But still, I know there is some point of life you will need some external motivation. For that, what I did was I sometimes I talked to my parents regarding my examination, how I was preparing. Sometimes I even watched the videos of top rankers of GATE and engineering services. So once you watch their videos, you get to know how they prepare, right? You get to know how the life becomes after the examination, after clearing this examination. So you automatically get motivated and you feel that yes, you can also crack the examination.
Yeah. So working hard for a while so that you can have success later, something like that.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you work hard right now, you will enjoy the fruits of your hard work later.
Yes, sir. So how do you stay calm and collected before an exam? Like before an exam, the tension is too much. So many months of prep, and finally you're going into the hall. So how do you stay calm? Do you study till the last moment, or you stop studying before it?
See, just like it's like your minor exams or mid-sem exams. You just tend to feel like anxious just before the exam.
Yeah.
That's very normal. So to avoid that, what you can do is, because if you are very anxious, then you might commit some silly mistakes due to nervousness. So for that, I'd recommend that you keep yourself busy before examination. You don't study any new topics, but the short notes that you prepared, right? The short notes, the personal question bank that you prepared, just go through that. Just you know have a brief reading of those things.
Yes.
It will help in two ways. First of all, you will develop a confidence. Secondly, your mind will be busy, so you won't be having that anxiety and nervousness just before examination. So
Yeah.
these two things you do, and definitely you will not feel anything just before examination.
Yes, many of the people attending just heard about GATE and like, could you please explain how many sections are there, how it is divided, and which parts we can start with, time management during exam?
So GATE has 65 questions in all. Uh, the 10 questions are of general aptitude, and the remaining 55 is mathematics plus your engineering discipline. So in electronics, we have eight subjects in a broader way. You have eight subjects that are being asked in your technical portion, and in aptitude, it's common for all branches. So there is a general aptitude that you prepare for your placements, and some English portion, few 2 or 3 questions of English and aptitude. So, to prepare for general aptitude, I don't think anything else is required. You can just, go through your India Bix or some similar aptitude websites to prepare for them. And for technical, uh, I told you the list of books. It's also there on my
Yes.
Quora profile. I have given the books list, and for that, definitely you can start from your second year. If you are a fresher or a second year, you can start from your college time, and whatever is taught in class, just study for exam point of view for, let's say, 1 hour after the class, and that I think would be sufficient. And just before your exam, 5 6 months before exam, you can just speed up your preparation. No need to be very hard on yourself in the second year itself.
Yes. So you're active on Quora, right? So I would like to tell the viewers that you can ask Sir any questions that you want on Quora, and he'll be able to answer very quickly. And there are a lot
Yes,
of information also on his
yes.
Quora profile. I just want to let you guys know. Uh,
Yeah, you can
Finally,
definitely put your questions
yeah,
there. I'll answer all of them.
yeah. Finally, so do's and don'ts. What should we definitely do, and what should we never do during prep?
Okay. For do's, uh, again, there's three simple steps. Remember this: clearing this examination is not a rocket science. It's a very simple examination. Keep yourself, limited. You must have limited sources of study, so that will count in the do. Again, do revision daily. Practice previous year questions and online test series before your exam, 2 months before exam. So these 3 4 things, if you stick to them, believe me, this is not a big hurdle for you. For don'ts, I would recommend again not too many sources of study, and the social media. Avoid social media for 1 hour, 1 day, sorry, 1 year, just before the exam, or at least restrict yourself to from social media.
Yeah.
So give as much time as possible for this examination for 1 year at least. So that will be enough.
Yeah. So, like, did you relax during your preparation, or did you only study? Like, because we like some people cannot study for long stretches of time. What did you do to like let go of the stress?
Yes, during my preparation, I did take some break. Like for 1.5 hour of sitting, you can take 15 20 minutes break. Uh, because it helps your mind to get imbibe everything that you have studied in the past 1.5 hour. So you can do that for relaxation. And important thing is a physical exercise. If you do physical exercise, that will help your body to stay fit. And my healthy mind always stays in a healthy body. So
Yeah.
that way also it's very important. So you do take some breaks. You do have some physical exercise in the morning.
Yeah.
Keep a very good schedule. Don't be very hard on yourself that you have to study 18 20 hours. It's not required for this exam, believe me. 5 to 6 hours self study, and in the weekends, sorry, 3 to 4 hours of study in the weekdays, and 7 to 8 hours during weekends. It's sufficient for you to clear this exam. So don't be too hard on yourself. Enjoy this preparation days, and definitely this is not a very big exam.
Yeah. So thank you for your amazing tips and suggestions. This was what most
My
of us
pleasure.
had a doubt in. Now, actually, I would like the attendees to pose any questions that they might have. Please do ask queries because this is a very rare opportunity and we won't get this opportunity again. So, we're also live on YouTube, so they're asking some questions. I'll read some out to you.
Yeah, sure.
Uh, Mr. Musharraf asks if Mr. Rajat Soni is asked to give GATE 2021, which is after 4 months, what would be his strategy to get good results and which subjects would he prefer to study? If you have to give a GATE exam in 4 months, what would you focus on?
Uh, if you talk personally about me, then I think the best four subjects that I would study is communication, signals, networks, and EDC because they are very scoring. And since communication, I've been in touch lately also. That's why I think communication, I would be comfortable in that. But for in general, if you ask for the mob, the first three will be EDC, signals, and networks, and the fourth one would be control systems because it in less efforts you can get a very high output. So in
Okay.
general, this would be the thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Mr. Mohsen Ahmad asks, what is your reason of for choosing ONGC? Uh,
Okay.
so
Yeah.
you
Choosing
attended the
game.
interview of two things, right? And you chose ONGC over the other. That's the reason he's asking.
Right. Yeah, I did attend the Indian Oil and ONGC interview, and I got selected in both of them. But I chose ONGC because of two three things. First one was I had my seniors in both these PSUs, and I got a review from both of them. So they told me about the work profile, and I found out that ONGC offers a little bit better work profile, although Indian Oil is also very good, but still ONGC provides a good work profile. So I joined that one. And second thing was there is not a bond period in that, so you don't have to serve any bond period before your resignation. I knew that this my engineering services allocation would be somewhere in September October, so I won't be having complete 1 year with me. That's why I chose ONGC because of those no bond formality.
Yes. So Nagendra Jilepalli asks, is coaching essential to crack gate? If yes, then which coaching would you suggest personally?
See, you should not focus on cracking gate. Cracking gate means just getting that qualifying marks, 26, 27 marks.
Yeah.
Uh, if he means by cracking it is getting a good rank, I think coaching is not at all required. You can do a self study and you can get a very good rank. I did no coaching in my 2018 attempt. I got 855 rank even after leaving three subjects. I didn't prepare in a very thorough manner those three subjects. So if I could get 855 rank and preparing five subjects, then if you prepare entire eight subjects, I think under 300 rank, under 200 rank is not at all a difficult task. It is very easy. So coaching is not at all required. If you talk seriously that coaching is mandatory, no, it's not mandatory, but definitely it saves some time and it gives you a direction. But
Yeah.
if you know that and if you are comfortable with your self study, then it's not mandatory at all.
Okay. So Meghna Kolipara asks, can you give us suggestions for the present third years as there is a chance for us to give GATE exam during this year also, from this year? Yeah.
Yeah, 2021, even the third years can attempt. Uh,
Yeah.
but the problem is you won't be your the class notes. I mean the syllabus won't be complete just before the gate exam, right? Because 3.1, 3.2 both are covered in gate examination, and your gate examination will be in Feb. So I don't think the syllabus will be completed. If you can do that, that's well and good. Otherwise, still with whatever it's taught in second year and the time till gate examination, even if you cover it properly in a very good manner, solve previous year attempt test series, and also I think you'll be able to score a very good rank. So yes, you should not lose this chance. You can attempt the gate examination 2021, even the third years.
Yeah. So uh, the textbook has a lot of content that is not in the exam syllabus. How can we overcome this as nowhere topic by topic syllabus is available?
Right.
You,
So
yeah.
yeah, I got the question. The syllabus that is being posted by IITs for the GATE examination, they mention some points like under a subject, but you have to read between the lines. Now, how can you analyze what is the syllabus, what is the actual syllabus, what to study, what not to study? Best thing is you open your previous year questions, you see which questions are being asked, which topics are being asked. You once you go through 15 years of previous year questions for a subject, you understand that these topics are being asked. I have to cover this, even though it's not mentioned in the syllabus. I have to cover these topics. So best way to analyze the syllabus is analyze the previous year questions. Once you get the idea what is asked, you will definitely read important points from the textbook. So previous year analysis is important for understanding the syllabus of GATE exam.
Uh, okay, thank you. Sonu Mishra asks, government jobs versus private jobs. You got a PPO from Samsung. Why did you choose to go for the government sector?
Right. So I got a PPO from Samsung, and I did an internship for 2 months. I think in 2017, May to July. So the
Yes.
work culture is excellent there. You just can't say that private sector is not as good as public sector. Actually, private sector and public sector both are at equal level, but there are some pros and cons in each of them, and it depends from person to person which one is which one you prefer, right? If you prefer the private life, then definitely private sector is not a bad option for you. But if you prefer a government job, the diversified work culture, some accountability on your half, so I think public sector is your thing. But it's not like that private sector is not good in today's world. It's also equally competitive with the public sector. Since I had an experience of working with Samsung for 2 months, I realized my interest and where I favored the public sector. That's why I chose to give gate and join the public sector undertaking through it.
Yes. Uh, so, postal package or standard book, which one is better for self-study? I'm not. Yes, sir.
Right.
Postal
I
package or
get the question.
standard book?
It's actually, yeah, distance
Yes.
learning program. If you take from any institute, they provide you a postal package. So as I said earlier, that if you are a college student, right, if you're in third year, final year, if you are in third year specifically, then I would recommend you to go through to prefer textbooks over those postal material, because you have time on your side, and the books are a part of the curriculum. So if you're third year, definitely books. If you are a dropper, then I would recommend you to go for class notes or theory booklets of these institutes, because they save time. You have a dearth of time on your half. But if you are a final year, you have an option for both, right? If you are a final year, you have 1 year to yourself, and you are comfortable with with your projects and everything, labs and all. You can go for books. But if you feel that you have some shortage of time, then postal material would be a better option for you.
So, what is the difference between PSU and higher education GATE exam? Is there any difference in the way you studied? Like if you have to study if you're going for PSU or for higher education, or it's the same? The question
Uh,
says.
I think, see, actually, GATE exam for both of them is common. I didn't understand what
Yes,
he
sir.
is asking.
Yes, sir.
It's,
Yes, sir. It's fine.
I think
So
what he is saying is whether you have to prefer PSU or higher
yeah,
education.
something like that. Yeah. So
It's
MTech
totally
or PSU?
Yes, right, right. So if you are interested, if in the 4 years, if you are interested in the subjects, if you feel that you need to, you have that interest and you need to, follow your passion towards those engineering disciplines, then definitely you should go for higher education. But otherwise, if you want to settle in your life, you want to join some good government of India undertakings, then you prefer PSUs.
Yeah. Why did you prefer PSU over IES jobs? Yeah, that's all.
Uh,
That's a question.
No, actually, I did not prefer PSU or IES jobs.
Okay.
The engineering services allocation was very late this time. That's why I worked in ONGC for almost 10 months. Otherwise, the allocation was expected somewhere around April. So since it was late October, that's why I had continued in ONGC. And so people thought that I preferred ONGC over engineering
Okay,
services,
sir.
but it's not
Got
the
it.
case.
Got it. Okay, sir. So NPTEL, NPTEL as a source of preparation, would you suggest that it's a good place to start, or it's not preferable according to you,
No, it's
NPTEL?
equally good. It's a
Okay,
equally
sir.
good platform. Yeah, you get to study under very good, highly reputed faculties of IITs.
IITs.
So yes, it's a very good platform. If you don't have any dearth of time, then you should prefer NPTEL also.
Okay, sir. So do we start taking mock tests after finishing the complete syllabus, or would you suggest to do it unit wise?
No, once you cover a particular subject, then after 3 4 days, you should attempt a subject-wise test. If you
Okay.
take a test series of any institute, they have option for you. You have part syllabus test, subject-wise test, and then full syllabus test. So once you cover a
Yes.
subject, you should give that subject-wise test, one subject test. And once you reach to a stage that you have just 2 months on your before the gate examination. So I think from then you should start your mock syllabus, irrespective of whether your one subject is left or half a subject is left. You should give a mock test because you have to familiarize yourself to that examination mode. Because in this time during giving mock test, you will realize that this is the way I will execute my final exam. Because while attempting an exam, you have to decide whether should I start with aptitude questions or the theoretical question. Whether should
Theoretical.
I attempt from first 1 mark question or 2 mark question. That you have to do experiment during those mock tests. You cannot do experiment during a gate exam. You have to do experiment during a mock test.
Yeah.
So giving mock test, sufficient number of mock tests is important. So start giving mock tests 2 months or 1.5 months before exam. So yes.
Yeah. So people want to know if how much difference there is between preparation for GATE and IAS. Like, is there a major difference or any similarities?
In engineering services, you have six additional subjects. Talking about electronics branch, you have six additional subjects apart from the ones that are there in GATE, and you have non-technical subjects, 7 or 8 non-technical subjects. So you have to study these extra things also for engineering services exams. And for those regular subjects, for those 8 subjects in your GATE, you also have some extra portions in these subjects. For example, in analog electronics, you have power amplifiers, which is not there in GATE syllabus. So the syllabus is different. Preparation of strategy of preparation is also different because you have to focus more on revision rather than trying different types of questions. In GATE, you have to go for different types of questions. In engineering services, you have to go for multiple times revision.
Yes.
Factual questions are being asked in prelims, and in GATE depth, the questions having a lot of depth is asked. So preparation strategy is different, and question style is also different. That's all.
Okay. So does CGPA matter when it comes to GATE? If yes, how much is sufficient?
No,
CGPA.
for GATE, CGPA does not matter. In your if you join some MTech program, then your GATE score is all that matters. In PSU also CGPA does not matter, but if you go for MS, then your CGPA matters. If you opt for placements, then your CGPA matters because some companies shortlist on the basis of CGPA. So if you are just focusing on GATE, then CGPA does not matter at the end of the day.
So one question is, sir, how did you manage prep for GATE along with your college placements?
Along with college placements, I just revised those important subjects that are there for hardware profile. For example, there is digital system design. Uh, I think there was electronic devices and circuits. I stressed more on these subjects because they are being asked in your hardware profiles. Analog electronics, these are there in your hardware profile companies. Example, Samsung, Qualcomm, Texas Instruments. And for GATE, if you keep up with revision and previous year questions, then automatically you'll have a strong hold on these three subjects as well. So it's not like GATE is something different. Mid-sems and end-sems are different. College placements are different. These are all interlinked together. You have to
Yeah.
maintain a balance between them.
Yes, sir. So how was your ONGC interview? What kind of questions did they ask there?
Okay, so ONGC interview, it was more of a both side balance, like technical, non-tech both. They focused more on the application aspects. Like they asked about optical fibers, if I remember. They asked about cloud computing. They asked some topics. They are satellite communication that is there right now being used. Apart from that, they asked some general questions, some questions that are there that you will face once you join any company in day-to-day life that involves some dilemma or some kind of thing. So practical application is one thing that I mentioned everywhere in the PSU interviews, that you have to be familiar with that. And apart from that, there are two topics which I'll not fail to mention here. One is optical fibers and one is satellite communication, along with radar communication. These are not a part of GATE syllabus, but the public sector undertakings, they definitely ask these questions in your interviews. So do prepare them once you are done with GATE. Once you are done with GATE, you prepare for PSU interviews, you prepare these three subjects as well, because they are asked in public sector undertakings interviews. So do keep in mind that.
Okay, sir. So one question is, I'm an aspirant dedicated to give only GATE. What is a major tip for me? Probably this person won't be sitting for placements or something. What is a tip you would give to this person?
Right. So important thing, and just three simple steps as I told already. Revision, multiple times revision using short notes, daily revision, or maybe once in 2 days, once in 3 days. And then next thing is previous year questions. At least try to do previous year questions 2 to 3 times and mark those important ones. And the third one would be online test series. If you stick to these three, if you are having a disciplined life, that you are determined to stick to your all to these three things, and you give do them with 100% focus, and this thing is not a very big task. You can
Yes.
easily crack GATE with a very good rank.
Yes. Sir, I'm still waiting on some questions. I guess it's slowing down now, the questions that are coming up.
Right.
Audience, I would like to request you to send more questions if you have any, since we are drawing to an end of this session. It would be very helpful for you to ask everyone who's watching. Sir, second year's best advice. I'm in second year, and he wants to know what is the best advice you could give to him.
Okay, so second year, as I said, you're in a very good condition, that you have an edge over the third year and the final years. So for you, the best advice would be whatever is taught in class, come back to your room and study that from a standard textbook. For example, signal system, you have Oppenheim. Study that thing that is taught in class from Oppenheim. Just understand the thing. Just do not study that from examination point of view, like you have to just memorize things and just write it down in exam. Study that thing like you have to understand it for a while, right? So study that thing from a textbook and then see some previous year questions. Attempt those previous year questions. Understand how the questions are being asked in GATE. That's it for second years. Don't stress out too much, but be in touch with the syllabus.
Sir, somebody asks, how important is general knowledge and current affairs for GATE point of view or interview point of view? Current affairs and general knowledge. How did you study for
Current
it?
affairs and
Like,
general knowledge, yes, it's not there in GATE syllabus. It's often asked in interviews, not in GATE, but in interviews, you should be familiar with the current news that's there in the paper, some technological advancements, and some general applications of our core subjects that are being used in the day-to-day life. That is important, and it's being asked in the interviews. So after you're done with GATE, again say that you prepare these things 1 month in advance, so we will not face any difficulty in the interview.
yes. So, did you fall? Did you ask? Did you ask any college professor for any tips for GATE, or did you do everything on your own? Or did you practice with your friends? So, what was the way you did it in college, like in third year?
In third year, we had a group of 4 5 people who were there preparing for GATE from electronics. So we used to have some discussions among ourselves. We used to discuss some questions. We discussed some patterns and things related to GATE. So once you have a healthy discussion amongst your group, that helps you to stick to that examination mode. So have a healthy group, 4 5 people at max, discuss these
Yeah.
things. And if you want to reach out, although I didn't reach out to any professor, but if you want to reach out, feel free, because they are also there to help you. and this will help in GATE exam, obviously.
So one more person's asking, how many rounds of interviews are there in PSU interviews? How many rounds?
See, it depends on different. In various PSUs take just a single round. Some PSU ask for 3 rounds. For example, Indian Oil, it has interpersonal interview, then it has a group discussion, and it has a group task. So 3 rounds of interview for Indian Oil. For ONGC, it was 1 round. For NTPC, I guess again there is 3 rounds. Although I'm not very sure about this, but it varies from PSU to PSU. At max, you'll have 3 or at max 4 rounds, not more than that. But at least expect 1 or 2 rounds from each PSU.
Okay. So just still waiting for some questions.
Okay. Although I'll like to add one point I missed.
Yes, sir.
That's about
So please add.
personal question bank. See, once you attend any test series, right? Once you are attempting an online test series, you attempt 25, 30 test series. So you come across various questions which you are not able to solve, right? Or some questions which you thought that this question has a very good concept and I might forget this concept during exam. So best thing is that you mark that question or you just write down in a sheet of paper, right? You can maintain a separate notebook. You just write down all those questions which you find important, and this becomes your question bank, personal question bank. So once you are done with, let's say, 25 test series, you have 10 questions per test series. You have 250 questions in all, your personal question bank. So just before, 1 month before exam, you revise this personal question bank. So you at least have 250 ways in which you might commit mistake, but you now know that these questions I won't commit a mistake in my actual exam. So personal question bank is something that everyone should actually make this habit of developing a personal question bank. It helps you to know your weaknesses so that you do not repeat again in the GATE exam.
Whenever there are questions in a paper, people like tend to solve it in one particular way. So would you say that would help, to tackle a question in another way too? Like in case we can't do it in a typical way.
I didn't get your question.
When the questions are coming in the exam paper, like there are different ways of solving a question, not just one. But people have a style of solving it. So would you say that this question bank would help, solve in another way too?
Yes, yes. Once you go through the solutions of each online test series, you get to know that there might be an alternative approach. You might have solved the question using some other method, but the paper setter has solved it using another approach. So you get to know an alternative approach to that question as well, right? So noting that question down in your personal question bank will also enable you to get an alternative approach of solving that question. So yes, we must know how many ways are there to solve a question, and it helps in exam because one way might be lengthier than the other. So
Yeah.
you have to ultimately you have to save the time in the exam as well. So it helps in that way also.
So in an exam, should we attempt aptitude first or technical questions first?
This, as I told you, while giving online test series, you have to do this experiment. In 25 tests, you have to do all these permutations, combinations, solving aptitude first, then 1 mark, then 2 mark, aptitude 2 mark, 1 mark. Do all these permutation combination and see where you fit best. Because in the final exam, you have to use that method in which you are the most comfortable with. Personally talking, I used to solve aptitude first because they are easier on the easier side. Then I did the 1 mark questions because again 1 mark are comparatively easier than the 2 mark question. And then
Yes.
I went to this 2 mark question. But everyone might not have the same style of solving. So you have to experiment that in the online test series and you have to realize which one is suits the best for you.
Yes, sir. Many people are actually asking the online site information, like which sites do we do mock tests in? You already mentioned a few, like Made Easy, Gate Academy. Are there anything else you can suggest? Because everything is online now after COVID. Any other online sites?
Online, I'm not very sure about this, but I think Made Easy and Gate Academy, they have started their online classroom, courses. I'm not sure about Ace Academy, but these two things these two websites, they will be very useful for you. Just go through them once, see which one suits you the best, and you can choose amongst them.
Yes, sir. So one second year student asks, we are still in second year and giving GATE exam in third year itself, not many topics are covered. In second year, how do we, cope up with the extra subjects that are there?
See, it's I know it's a hard thing for you people to study the third year subjects, because second year you already have so much to study. uh, Try to cover only the second year part, and the third year, the topics which are easier. Like, for example, if you have studied analog communication in your second year, do the digital communication in the that will be taught in the third year, or whatever is the course curriculum. So study those topics which have some interconnections amongst them. For example, EDC and analog electronics, analog and digital communication, signals and system and communication. So these topics which have interlinking, some sort of interlinking, you can do them. Control systems is a new kind of topic which you study in the third year. Sorry, final year. So this control systems is might not be very easy for second year people to understand. So, as I said, the topics which have some interconnections, you address those topics first, and later on, if you have some time, you can go to the new topics.
So we actually did control systems in second year. They changed the syllabus, so we did it in second year itself. So like they actually have an idea.
Okay, okay,
Yes, sir.
okay, okay. During our
Uh,
times, it was an elective subject, and that was
yes,
taught in
sir.
final year.
They made it compulsory for us. Last year we did it.
All right. Okay, okay.
Yes, sir. So, do you suggest third years to try and finish all the syllabus in a shallow manner or do some selected subjects in depth? Do more in a shallow manner or some
Mhm.
subjects in
Yeah.
depth? Yeah.
See, if you are preparing for engineering services, I would say cover all topics. No need to go too much in depth if you have some scarcity of time. But if you are preparing for GATE, I would suggest you to read every topic in depth. Plus, if you have if you have some time, look into other topics as well, because questions will be asked from every topic, and some easy questions might also be asked. Some difficult questions will be asked. So, those subjects which you are very comfortable, do make them strong, but those which you are not comfortable, at least bring them to a level that you might be able to solve the 1 mark questions that are of easier level. So you have to have a holistic approach for this also.
Yes, sir. So, I guess that's the end of our attendee questions. Thank you so much for answering all of them without getting tired, even if some of them got repeated,
No, it's
because
a
everyone
pleasure.
has similar doubts, sir. So
Yeah.
thank you so much for your patience. Would you like to say anything else to the audience, sir? A message to all of us?
Thank you so much. And one thing that you all should remember is, you might feel that this is too much, too hard on yourself to prepare this for this exam, because more than 1 lakh people appear for GATE in electronics stream. But believe me, the competition is far less than you think. If 1 lakh people are attempting this exam, almost three-fourth of the population that attempts is not of that very serious nature. So you have a very high chances of getting a very good rank amongst those 20-25,000 people who are seriously giving this exam. So don't lose hope, don't lose your morale, stay focused. And if you do sincere attempts, if you're very dedicated, then this thing is not a very big task. Stick to your class notes or your textbooks, previous year and online test series. These three things are the only thing that is required to prepare for exam. So all the best to you, and just stay focused.
Sir, can you talk about some great memories you had in NIT Warangal? Any message to your friends? Anything that you remember particularly from our college? Any fond memories?
See, electronics branch is already very famous in NIT Warangal,
Yeah.
as you all people know. So,
Yes, sir.
all those assignments and folders and labs, they still
A
hold a very
lot.
good memory. Yeah, so I do realize that I just went through a very good phase of my life. All those technosions, spring sprees, fest, all those things, they, somewhere in the back of my mind, they do come up sometime, and I do feel special to be a part of such a good institute. And I feel happy that I might be able to, guide some of you who are preparing for this exam. So yes, I do feel very, special in this day.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for doing this again.
Thank
On
you.
behalf of ECA, I thank you so much for sharing your informative tips, experience, and extremely valuable suggestions. We won't be able to get someone who will speak to us so freely and so openly. I'm sure that everyone who attended today on different platforms, even on YouTube, we are live. I'm sure everybody was inspired by you and is ready to start their gate preparation in the near future. And
Thank you so
ECA
much.
sincerely thanks every single attendee and you, sir, for attending this evening. Without you guys, this event wouldn't have any meaning. It has been a very great pleasure. And, sir, if like any person has any more questions, we will send them to you so that you can answer them if that's okay with you, sir.
Sure, sure. Definitely.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for being so
Thank you.
kind
It's
to
been my
answer our
pleasure.
questions. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
sir. This concludes our session, guys. You can leave now.